Is going now. Let's see, and go live here. Alright, welcome in, YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Hello, hello. Why does it say waiting for... I'm literally streaming there right now, dog. How fucking spot... This fucking, This thing's so damn spotty, man. If you manage to build a proper, sharp, working ultrasonic knife for this cheap, you can mark them up by... I'm not marking up or selling anything, man. It's cheap because it's not, manufactured. Once you start having to make stuff for manufacture, it starts getting more expensive. That's something that people need to realize. Hello, YouTube. Hello. Wow, he abandoned us. The minute it turns 7 p.m., they're like, he's abandoned us. It's over. Let me pop the chat out so I have you guys over here as usual. I'll pop out. Let's see. So I can see super chats. Appa reads our chats for free. You guys don't have to bully them. Actually, they bully... Well, no, I'm pretty sure that, like... I'm pretty sure the bullying goes both ways, but I think that Twitch bullies YouTube more than the other way around. I'll set it up at least so that I can see the super chats easy, because I don't want to be missing those. They deserve it. Bag, welcome. Is Lab dual streaming? Yeah, I did it last week, and it went pretty well. It went pretty well for everyone except, like, the mods who now have to moderate 2 chats. And they're all freaking out about it, but I'm like, dude, I'm not even reading the YouTube chat. It's literally just, if you want to chat, come on Twitch, but there are some people who don't like Twitch, and they want to be able to watch the streams live, so I now have the option of being able to watch them on YouTube. Brushing off, I gotta say, and I brushed off the desk because there's little, like metal shavings and shit that slice my hand up, but it is, like, maybe the most pansy-ass looking thing. Like, you can't be brushing the desk and look cool. You know what I mean? Mods earning twice as much as they did before. Yeah, they're getting 2 times 0 now, bro. That's crazy work. Also, let me give the rundown of what we're doing today, just for people that don't have any familiarity with any of this, or like what the tech is, or what this is riffing on, or anything. So, today, we're gonna be building an ultrasonic vibrating knife that should make it easier to cut through things. We're gonna be testing on food. I probably should have brought it down in advance. I realized that I did not, so I'll have to head up to the kitchen once we actually have a prototype here. But that's all, you know, here or there. The main reason why I decided to do this is because I believe it's a Seattle-based company, has just released a commercially available ultrasonic knife for, like, normal, like consumer production. And it is a $400 kitchen knife that has all the ultrasonics and the battery and everything in the handle. Very nice and compact, but $400. The one, basically I was like, this is not new technology. You can buy ultrasonic transducers on the internet for a couple bucks. I've got ones of various sizes here, all the way from this little tiny one that's used for atomizers, to this guy here, which is quite a beast, to this real big guy here. And, we can try it with a couple different ones. Especially with these guys, the little piece that locks into the center is interchangeable, so I'll be able to swap these out between each other. But, You can just buy these online. So ultrasonic transducing technology is not new by any stretch, but cramming it into a little knife handle is. Now, this guy in his like intro video has his whole thing where it's like, I've spent 20 years testing 10 billion transducers to try to find the perfect one in the perfect configuration. All right, maybe he's telling the truth. He seems like a fairly honest salesman, but I think that we could probably get like 50 to 80% of the way there for like $50 or less instead of the the $400 that his knife is sold at. Also, it's one of those shit ass startup pre-order now. Trust us, bro. There's never been a Kickstarter scam or anything before, so you can trust us. We'll definitely deliver in 1 year when we're done manufacturing them. But this is one that you can just make at home is the idea. So we're gonna be making our own ultrasonic transducing knife. I bought these cheap ass knives on Amazon. I got 3 of them for $7. It's Akuma. Akuma, is this your knife company? It's a spin-off. It's a spin-off. It's called Kakuma. This is a genuine Kakuma knife. So we're gonna be making this out of the Kakumas. Mostly because I think I might need to like chop the knife off the handle to actually like make it transduce. Just dunk the knife into the ultrasonic transducer. Now, I guess what I need to explain here is why does having an ultrasonic knife matter? Like, what does it being ultrasonic do? And basically, you ever touch like the cone of a speaker? You touch like the cone of a speaker and it's going where it's buzzing when there's sound coming through it. That's because it's moving in and out really fast, right? And an ultrasonic transducer is basically the extreme version of this, where it's moving in and out really, really fast. So fast that you can't hear it, but it is a speaker. So it's oscillating back and forth very little, but really quick. This is why they use them for cleaners, because it agitates water very slightly, very fast. And it's able to cut like dirt and grime off of shit. So basically the idea here is that if you have an ultrasonic transducer like this, and you have a knife coming off of it like this, where it's in line with the transducer body, it should, if you like, you know, get out a microscope and look at it, be oscillating back and forth like an electric turkey cutter, really, really small and really, really fast, which will just make it slice through things easier, which is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool idea. And I'm pretty sure, like, dental tools and shit already use this tech. Like, the stuff that you use to clean your teeth. They use to clean your teeth is, like, a little pick that's, like, ultrasonic vibrating or something. So, it's already in place. Like, it's known technology. It's just that no one's ever made a kitchen knife that does it. And, since it's in the news, I figured, why not take a crack at making my own, much less compact, much less attractive, but hopefully still functional ultrasonic knife. And we'll see how it turns out. Need to set the transducer output to last resort by Papa Roach. Making a Star Wars vibroblade? I haven't heard of that shit since I was reading, like, the fucking Star Wars books when I was like 10. I remember the vibroblade from that. There was also, it was basically also being taken from the one from Dune. So there's like layers of copycatting here in sci-fi fiction that uses this. It would be equal if you read my Twitch slander. I'm sorry, Optima, but some of your shit sounds like a Reddit comment, and I don't want to poison your aura by reading it for Twitch chat. They're just gonna make fun of you, man. I'm being generous. I'm being kind to you. Thank you for the 2 USD, by the way. Denton Table, thank you for the 2 Canadians. Ultrasonic poop knife. Yeah, I gotta see if, speaking of Reddit things. Yeah, I gotta see if I can make the ultrasonic poop knife. Or use the Doom soundtrack. Can we get a Rules of Nature edit for 1 cuts? It's a perfect YouTube bait. Won't that shit get me demonetized on YouTube? It would be cool, though. You know what? Sometimes you gotta do... you gotta take the L to get the dub. That might be one of those situations. Didn't have to kill this man in front of everyone. But it's like the diss track is like some like your mother is a hamster, your father smelled of elderberries type of Monty Python shit. I don't know, hit me with another one. I'll tell you what, I'll read it out, but I'm not gonna protect you if Twitch chat makes fun of you for it being Reddit. They're all right with it because it's a games. Oh, you're right. It is a game song. I forgot about that. Ah! Cryptic Thing, thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate you. Also, Spiffles, thank you for the 9 months. Ew, British humor. Monty Python's funny. At least, I thought it was funny when I saw it in, like, middle school or whenever. People used to quote it all the time, man. Monty Python and Chuck Norris were the funniest shit ever when I was in, like, 4th grade. If you create ultrasonic toilet paper, would it keep it clean? Would it keep it clean? Interesting. I don't know. This is the shit I gotta deal with, man. The ultrasonic bidet. Yeah, what about, if this works so well, I should take, because I probably won't end up using this giant transducer, because the handle would be gargantuan. I'm probably gonna, I'll be real, when I ordered these, I thought they were the same size, and I was ordering a backup, because they weren't the same place, but I was like, oh, what if one brand's kind of shitty? I'll order this other one. It's probably the same part, but, you know, just have an extra. Yeah, it turns out, no, this one's, like, way the fuck smaller than this one is. This is huge. Anyway, if I have this left over at the end, I should mount this in a toilet bowl and make an ultrasonic cleaning toilet. Because that would be awesome. Letting it crust so I can use the ultrasonic bidet. You should be, like, hanged for that phrase. Don't fucking say let it crust. That's disgusting. Oh my gosh, dude. Also, this is gonna be pumped with this power supply that I purchased, because I didn't want to fuck with having to do a completely custom power supply. So I got this guy. It's a replacement for something. But, and it's made to drive this one, the smaller one. It's 110 volt at 40 hertz, which is pretty, that's pretty strong. I'm not really sure what the input is supposed to be on this. Am I supposed to feed, like, wall current into this? Or is it gonna step up DC voltage into high frequency, higher voltage AC? It's already quite portable. Well, see, the thing is, the idea is that this would be in a box, and then there's a cable going to the... This is, look, this is how we're making it not $400. You're gonna have to make some sacrifices. Gonna have to make a few sacrifices if we want to make it in this world, brother. Why does it have a hole? I believe because in the original thing that this is meant to replace, I think that this is in the bottom. There's a basin of water or something on top, and then this shit goes here, and it's mounted to the basin. That's my guess. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's my guess. So for $50, it'll be wired. Yeah, it'll be wired into the wall. That's your compromise. Honestly, you might even be able to get it cheaper than $50. I only said 50 because this was 40. This, with this transducer, was 40. And the knives were like $7 for all of these. These are really cheap-ass knives. Still, like, decently sharp. Even, like, a cheap knife is sharp. The difference between cheap and expensive knives is more just that the expensive knives hold their edge way longer. So if you spend a lot of time sharpening a cheap one, it'll be nice, but it'll fail, like, it'll start going bad pretty soon. Ultrasonic toilet atomizes the poop. No flush required. Saves water. Sacrifices is growing up with Bill Nye just to end up here someday? What do you mean, just to end up here someday? Are you implying that ending up here is not awesome? What's your implication, brother? You ain't gotta do me like that. Need a cheap versus expensive knife review yet? Next. Yeah, I'll save that for when I want to buy myself a nice kitchen knife, so I get an excuse to write it off of my taxes. That sounds awesome. Bill Nye would be proud of you. You'll see about that. You already have a sweet collection of Temu knives? Yeah, baby. Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Ultrasonic strainer pasta so dry you have to boil the water again. What's the plan on the transducer placement? Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking we do for this, right? And it's a rough idea. This is a little more akin to how I used to do projects. I don't know, I still do them like this. Where it's a rough idea and then we build off from that. So, you see how they have this little thing that screws into the end here? This little nub? The other one also has one. They're the same size. I guess there's a general size for these. But these transducers probably also came from, like, the same factory. This one's maybe a little longer, so it's maybe a little better. So here's the idea. We cut a slot in this little nub that screws into the transducer. Then we take our knife and we chop it short of the handle here. Take the plastic off so we just have the metal. Shave the metal down so it fits into the slot that we have cut into this. And then seat that up in there so that now it's fused to the knife. Maybe we can do some, like, brazing or something to get it in there. I don't know about that part. Affix it in some way, and then screw this into the transducer until the knife is not only connected via this, but also the bottom of the blade is touching up against the transducer flat. And then that should be... Then we build our handle out. We'll have to insulate the handle because this is going to be, like, a high enough voltage to zap us if we touch it. Build our handle out as a big, thick industrial handle that we can hold the chop with. And then that should be it. That also gives us the advantage that we could swap off the knife blade. So we could do our initial test with this one. And then once we've confirmed it worked, we could cut down the much bigger knife. To be a more effective kitchen knife. So, you know, multiple nice advantages in that one. That's what I'm thinking, at least. Ow, fuck. Good old Bondo never fails. I was gonna say epoxy is probably the way here. Just because brazing would fuck up the heat tempering of the knife, which... You know, I'm not, like, huge on, oh, it has to be heat-tempered, but it would fuck it up pretty hard. We also have these little guys. This is a little atomizer transducer. I bought a pack of 4 of these, because they were, like, $10 for a pack of 4. It's this little guy here, which is powered off a little USB-C, and then this little tiny transducer element. Which, let me see, actually. Let me see, where... Do I have a USB mini to plug into this? Because I think that's where it's... I'm assuming that's where it gets its power from. Can't imagine I would need to load a file onto this thing. What if taping that to the back of the knife already does the trick? Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the problem with this. Is, because I knew someone was gonna say, why not? Why go through all this when you could just, like, spunk to the side of the knife? And the problem is that now the oscillation is warbling the knife this way instead of this way. You want it to be going, not, because that's gonna make it cut worse. So you need the oscillations to be in the correct direction, basically. On the back of the handle? Yeah, we could do that. But then you're gonna be holding this. And it's gonna be, okay. If you hold a drill. I mean, I guess, nah, I can't really demo this because it's gonna, like, hurt me. Basically, if you hold a drill. Motherfucker. My example's falling apart. You hold a drill. Cool, right? But it's like, oh yeah, if you wanted to make a spinning knife, you just attach the knife blade to the end of this, and then suddenly the knife blade spins, right? That's the idea, right? But if you're like, oh, I want to take a rotating knife, oh, I don't need to cut the handle off, just put the handle here, so then I hold it here. Now what's gonna happen? Is it gonna... No, it's gonna... This part of the drill is gonna spin around, and this part is gonna stay static because the anchor point is on the part that's supposed to be oscillating. So similarly with this, I think if I attached it like that, it would simply vibrate this part more than this part. Yeah, also your hand would be going... Basically, it's just way less efficient to do it that way. I could try it if you wanted to see, like, what happened, but it's not gonna be as good. It's not gonna be as good as just running the transducer open, where I'm holding the back of the transducer and it's doing all the vibrating out. The sounds effects really add to it. I'm trying to, like, illustrate well here, okay? Ultrasonic balls? Haha! Well, my friend, we're getting to that one tomorrow. Alright, hang on a second. I gotta piss, speaking of ultrasonic balls. Fizzing the night away. You drink a whiskey drink, drink a vodka drink, drink a lager drink, you drink a soda drink. Did someone club the student council member on the screen? First time chatter, you're coming in with violence? Official piss bot. I'm sorry, official piss bot? This piss break lasted 30 seconds. The piss rated is average. Official piss bot. He's pissing, he's shaking the piss off with ultrasonic vibrations. Yeah, bro, that's it. This bot is logged? Yeah, what the fuck, man? Why is there an official piss bot? Also, hang on. I was looking for a cable before I had to go piss. Because I want to test and see if this works. More and more such cables are being lost in my collection under an increasing pile of USB-C ones. Words of this giant USB-B. Yeah, I know there's one around here somewhere because I use it to program Arduinos. As a bit of an Arduiner myself, is this? No, I don't think that's one. Ding dang it. Where did I put my, Yeah, that's like an RCA cable. I know I have these kicking around. That's a USB-C too? Damn. Come on, where did I put that one? Here it is. Here's one. Here's one. Alright, let's see. Ah! Ultrasonic laxative versus ultrasonic metamucil. Who will win? You guys have it out for me, man. Wait, what? Is that doing anything? Hang on, hang on. Is this doing anything at all? Is this supposed to be... This is supposed to be like an atomizer? It came with this wick. Hang on, can I dip this in a little bit of water? Whoa, it does work. Hang on, hang on, hang on. That's very slight. Hang on, check this shit out. Check this out, bro. This wet wick here, and then press the button. Can you see it? Can you see the atomizing? Can you see it? My hand's covering it up. Shit. That's kind of cool. I don't know if that's gonna work for what we're after, but I mean, it's kind of neat that it vaporizes like that. Huh. Other side? Oh wait, is this the side that you're supposed to... Maybe? No, I think it's this side. I think it's this side. It's so... I can't fucking show it without shoving my hand on it. There we go. It's fucking vaping this wick. Oh, that's kind of neat. That's kind of neat that it can do that. Alright, so this is like a really weak ultrasonic. Dude, your finger is so high right now. Well, this will be cool for something. I don't know if this is what... I don't know if this is gonna have enough punch for what we're after. Maybe? Maybe on, like, the small knife? Because it is clearly ultrasonic. Look at it. It's doing something, man. Look, man. It's fucking vaping this shit. It's vaping this water. You shove the wick on the backside and you put the wick in water. I think this... Wait, you shove it like this? No, it can't be like that. I think it's like this. Oh, wait, this is how it goes. Oh, shit. Wait, that's... that's how it goes. Holy shit. Okay, that's way more effective. No, it's not a disassembled vape. It's like a vaporizer for like when you're sick. Oh! This is how it works. It's going crazy now. Alright, whoever said that, you were so right. It's hitting the blinker? What the fuck am I looking at? It's an ultrasonic... This is a little ultrasonic transducer. It's got a little tiny pinhole in it. Yeah, it's got a couple little pinholes in it. And this is a wick soaked with water. And when it's on right now, as you can see by this little circuit board being on. And when I connect this to the back, it vaporizes the water using the ultrasonic transduction. And then it shoots vapor through. And it's quite dramatic, actually, now that I know do it right. Now that I realize that it's perforated. That's pretty cool, man. I've got a bunch of these, too. These came in a bulk pack. A bulk pack of a bunch of them. Also, hang on, I had to dig through the trash real fast. I was gonna say, this has a, Here, let me unplug this real fast. Astral Vixen, thank you so much for the 5 months. I appreciate you. It has this little fucking thing to hold the wick in place, I believe. I don't know if we're gonna be able to... I don't think this is gonna be powerful enough for us to use it with the knife. But, the fuck? Yeah, I think it just goes like this. I gotta use this with something else, man. Look at this thing. This was really cheap, too. I want to say this whole thing was like it was $10 for like 4 of these. And then press this. Oh, there you go. The power of ultrasonic. Can you friction weld with these? I don't think with maybe with a really powerful one, but that's like research tier. That's not something I'm gonna know, basically. Oh, that's effective. Vaporize and huff alcohol. You know what? You know what? Hang on. That might be a funny idea. I'm gonna add that to my potential list, okay? Cig that smokes itself. I've already kind of done that. It wouldn't be enough of a variation, I fear. Stream ideas. Making it would be make a vaporizer to smoke alcohol, which is that's a fucked up device. All right, let's see here. Make a Vaporeon to smoke alcohol. It's unfortunate. I'm sorry to all the Vaporeon enthusiasts out there. Your goat is washed. Your goat is washed because the unfunniest people on the internet love it. Tragic, I know. Dude, this ain't gonna be useful for this stream, but this will be useful for something else, because this kind of kicks ass. Ooh, it's cold. You just put alcohol in a nebulizer? Why do that when I could build the nebulizer? LAB smoked alcohol a decade ago? Simpsons did it! Simpsons did it! You can't do it! LA Beast did it 10 years ago! You can never do this now! Streamer! You can never do this in a video. Someone else on YouTube did it a really long time ago. Hook up everyone's breathalyzer to the alcohol vapor. He used this to light incense. I don't think so. I think it's vaporizing a liquid. I don't think it's lighting anything. Isn't what you're building just one of those electric turkey carving knives? So, kind of, but no. We're building effectively like a strong version of that. Alright, what power do I need to drive this thing? Because presumably this is handling the oscillation. It's got, what, 2 MOSFETs here? So this is probably a switching circuit that then is upscaling this. The question is this... I think this is a rectifier. Alright. We're gonna do some Big Clive-esque circuit analysis. But then I'm also gonna look it up to see if I've owned, but I want to make an educated guess first. Okay, so here's my guess, is that... My guess is that the input for this thing is 120 volt AC. And here's why I think that. I think it goes 120 volt AC into this transformer. This comes out of the transformer. It's fused. These diodes, I think, are a full bridge rectifier. This rectifies it into DC. It has these capacitors here, too. That goes into this switching circuit here with these 2 MOSFETs. These take the 120 volts, which is now... Because I'm assuming this is a 1-to-1. So it'll step it from 120 to 120. This is a switching circuit that will switch it at 40 kilohertz for the output here. And then that goes through... Okay, no, wait, actually, I bet this steps this down. Yeah, I'm rewriting a little bit here, okay? This steps it down into a smaller DC voltage so that these MOSFETs that are probably only rated for like 35 volts can do the switching. And then it goes through this to step it back up into 120 volts at 40 kilohertz. The board says 120 right there. It says 110 volt, 40 kilohertz. If you're gonna reading comprehension check me, at least like actually do it. Unless there's somewhere else where it says that. 110 volt, 40 kilohertz is clearly the output. Because you are not taking 40 kilovolt input. And this is the out because it says out next to it. So, this is the output, and it's the output at 110 volt, 40 kilohertz. I'm just trying to figure out if it's outputting that, or if it is taking the input of 220, or sorry, the input of 120 volt. Fat Bird Guy, thank you for the bits. Longtime UO watcher had a question regarding the Twitch chat window. Have you ever considered making it transparent or a darker color? I have an OLED monitor. I don't want it to burn in. Are the white here? Do you know why it's white? It's white for an amazing reason. It's white for an outdated reason, actually. Is that, way long time ago when I initially added this scene, it was designed to look like a Skype window. Here's the overlay on it. Which is why the other windows are designed to look like Windows Vista. It was supposed to be like a Y2K aesthetic type of thing going on here. This is second monitor content. Don't put this on your OLED. That's why it's like that. Anyway, yeah, I've kind of considered it. Normally I would be like, fuck off, but you're kind of right. I have considered making this not bright. Not bright like this. But I would need to change how the text is rendered. I don't know, I'll probably do that soon. Never knew that? Yeah, you gotta have really been here a while ago. This was back when I started streaming. I used this overlay. It's funny that I still have it here with the Skype. But then the idea was that this looked like the Skype sidebar. But now it's just this wide, plain color sidebar and nothing else. It's a very unique framing, you know. It's not... The Vista theme is neat. Well, I haven't changed the other things. The only reason I changed this is that having the Skype overlay actively fucks up the, like, scene. Because it puts elements that you have to edit around. So when I started editing stuff, it was originally for Twitter, not even for YouTube. I was like, I can't be having this Skype overlay, like, where I have to cut around the overlay. Invert the colors. The way I did that inverted all the emotes too. I'll tell you what though, I will actually make it not as bright if you're worried about burn-in. That's a legitimate request. Classic Streamers OBS has unused assets. Yeah, no shit. I mean, like, it's not unused, it's just not used anymore. That's where you're getting it twisted, pal. Alright. I'm pretty sure my, my estimation about this circuit is correct. But, I'll look up and see if there's more data on it, just in case, so that I don't fry the thing. Because if I fry it, then I have to build my own fucking switching circuit for this thing? That'd suck, man. What are you selling to cut content back to us as DLC? You get the UOSlab Stream DLC, where you'll get all the old overlays back. The problem is not making it MSMS Messenger themed? Alright, listen, I actually, on my BRB screen, if you'll notice, I have an AOL Messenger box as the chat box, which is pretty nice. No, it's not a sausage cutter, Tippy. The board just has an inexplicable hole in it. I'm not sure why. Hang on, let me see. I bought all this other stuff. Some stuff for other streams this week, but then also... I also got a new Harbor Freight toy that I had to buy some adapters for. Power driver board, 110 volt AC. Okay, so it is just 110 volt AC. Excellent. Circuit board cannot be no load in the case of electricity. When installation completed, I love the way they write these descriptions, man. What the fuck? When the installation completed, in the case of cleaning without any cleaning liquid, the best time to pass the electricity is not more than 1 minute. So basically, don't run this shit longer than a minute, or it's gonna blow up. Alright, understandable. Or it's gonna burn out, likely. One shock head is connected in parallel to the wiring board of the circuit board, and a circuit board and a shock head are used together. Out plus transducer oscillator positive pole. Out minus transducer oscillator negative pole. Out positive and negative pole are connected with the positive and negative poles of transducers separately. The voltage of output terminal on the circuit board is about 400 volts. Pay attention to safety. 400 volts, eh? What the fuck? I'll use my, my way overkill, ultra well insulated, wires for this then. I would prefer to not get zapped through the wire. Note, it does not come with drawings and wiring diagrams. Please email us. I'm not gonna fucking email you, dog. I just realized... Okay, wait. Wait. At how many amps? Not that many. It's 60 watts, so... Watt power equals voltage times current. There you go. 60 divided by 400. It runs at 0.15 amps, 150 milliamps. So not that much current. But you know. He's gonna get shocked into the Green Hill Zone. Yes, the hole is to fit the transducer through. I'm sorry, I bought this off of Amazon because I found the same thing on AliExpress, but then I realized I could get it faster on Amazon. And people are always like, why do you always buy everything off Amazon, motherfucker? Because, for example, I ordered something for a stream build. When did I order it? Like a week and a half ago? That shit has not even shipped yet. And it was supposed to be here for this week's streams. So anyway, that's why I typically order off Amazon, because they actually get my shit to me. Unlike this. The Amazon stuff, sometimes it doesn't show up, but I'll be real, it's because I order so much there. They're like, there's occasionally gonna be mistakes. Yeah, it's a shit company anyways. Sorry, hang on. Let me screenshot this is what I meant to say. I got distracted. I did not see this when I was buying it. Someone left a review. 2-star review. Bad engineering. Runs very hot. And then they took a fucking like heat capture of the board while it's running. Now, luckily, a lot of this is not gonna apply to me because I'm gonna be running this shit like for a couple seconds at a time and not like 30 minutes. Oh no, bro. That thing's reading 125 on the transformer? Are you kidding me? Thermal cam in the review is crazy. That's insane. I think the people who made this don't know what they're doing. See pics. The cone ran to 307 degree Fahrenheit and climbing. And the lead wires to the cone from the PCB got so hot that the solder on the terminal at the cone melted and a wire fell off. A large resist board also runs way too hot at about 240 degrees Fahrenheit. I mounted the cone to an SS tube for some work I'm doing. Placed it in about 1 pint of water. I did see a few, but not many, of the cavitation bubbles, but a piece of aluminum left in the water for 2 minutes did not form any holes. Also, a dirty stone placed in the water did not clean quickly at all compared to an ultrasonic tank I have. Though now, are you kidding me, man? This is ass. Why did I buy this? Are you kidding me, brother? This could be because I did not fasten the cone to the vessel, but had it mounted to a stir rod. I did experiment with holding the top versus not holding it at all. Also with placing it on foam so it can more easily vibrate. I think the key is to mechanically bond the cone to the vessel. Yes, it is. I would not buy this one again if I could find another supplier that I thought the parts were actually different. Manufacturer, what needs to change? Increase wattage on your 0.25 ohm resistor. Or run more in parallels. Decrease power to the cone. Increase gauge of lead wires from the PCB. I'm gonna try to lower the entire apparatus from a variac to see if I can run it at a lower energy level. Oh, no, man. Why? He hates it. This guy's a real engineer, I'm pretty sure, for giving this analysis. Oh, dude. I'm surprised Amazon carries this product. Immediately upon applying 110 volt AC, it blew up. There's no clear wiring as to where the neutral and power line is to be connected. This should be taken off. Okay, well, you know what? Let's make sure we got this. It's a power device. Don't turn it on until it has a load. This guy, I think, works for the fucking company. This device is an energy converter. It converts electrical energy to kinetic energy. I don't want to say like, idiot detected. Sorry, it's not idiot, but like, because you are technically right, but whenever someone describes a circuit like this, it indicates that they are not an engineer or anyone that knows anything about engineering. Like, it's just it's a dead ringer, like, this person doesn't really know what they're talking about kind of thing. He's not wrong. I know, he's not wrong. Hang on, wait, if it's not connected to a kinetic sink, it will heat up until it can radiate or conduct 60 watts or fails. This is not bad engineering. It's making an economical product for people that know what they're doing. Oh my gosh. He's simping for the Amazon.com transducer. It turns electrical energy into heat. Kinetic sink. If the maker is expecting the customer to ground the tank independent. Wait, what? 2 for AC input, 2 for transducer power. Oh, you know what? Actually, he's kind of right. You know what we're gonna need? You know what we should do is ground the knife. Alright. Well, that's a great... I hope this thing doesn't explode, because if I have to make my own switching circuit, I'm gonna be a little pissed. And also, I might fuck it up. I don't know if I have MOSFETs to the power spec necessary. Now, it was very explicit, like, make sure you connect these to the right terminals, but these are not labeled at all. So what terminals do they want me fucking connected to, dog? One is, presumably one is negative, one is positive. Want to be blunt if the knife is ground. Are you making a joke? Also, this transducer could very well, like, fucking torch out if we're not careful here. So I'll make sure, when we're testing it, I'll put this tin can full of water on the top. That should hold us, that should keep us in place. It's a play on words about grinding. R/whoosh. Oh, don't make me. You guys are trying to get me. You're trying to get me to go on a Reddit rant. Don't. Lead me not unto temptation, chat. You know that I am one bad day away from a Reddit rant at any given time. You're trying to fuck me up, and that's evil. That's evil, and that's something you should not do. Imagine getting R whooshed in this day and age. Yeah, I know, like it's fucking 2012. We gotta, like, mount this into something. Okay. Let me get my bench vise out real fast. I mean, I'll go ahead and, let's see real fast. Make sure... If this does have a polarity, I don't know what it is. Ultrasonic transducer pinout. This is showing like that's not the ultrasonic transducer that I want to pin out. It's showing me like a fucking ping module. That's not what I'm after, man. I'm after like this shit. Oh my gosh, dude. Ha ha ha! This is awesome. I love trying to find information. Is the ultrasonic knife with us in the room? Not yet, it isn't. People who know, shut the fuck up. 2012 was 35 years ago. It's time to let it go. Isn't it crazy that one day that will be true? One day it really will be that long ago, and you will be old and decrepit, and your teeth will be falling out, and your arm will fall off. That's some shit you could juice into the AI. What are you talking about? Skull emoji, skull emoji. Hang on a second. I'm trying to find... Why is this so hard to find? Ultrasonic... Polarity. They do not have a polarity. They are resonant devices. Alright, then the description was dog shit then. Excellent. Just what I thought, is that it's just a piezo device. Why the fuck does it say... Also, how does this even have a polarity? Is it like, is this like a flyback type of ordeal? I don't know, man. Fuck if I know, brother. I feel like this wire is gonna get hot as shit, though. Let's heat up the soldering iron and soak the sponge. Why mark the wires at all? Yeah, why have in your description make sure you connect it correctly to the proper plus and minus, dog? What do you mean? Maybe they meant input output? Maybe. Connecting this to 120 volt is all. That's a lot. That's a lot of volts to throw on this on the bench. I'll have to be careful with how I insulate this thing so I don't get zapped. This is what I was mixing the hot hands in. You know, never waste a good tin can. So this is basically how I'm gonna test this. These guys. We have a sonic to kill converter? What are you talking about? Predictions for wet lab bench top. What's that stupid website where you can gamble on shit happening? Alright. Solder this to the transducer here. Polymarket! Yeah, that's it. It is crazy that there's like an entire site where its entire gimmick is gamble on everything. turned in a research paper that read like I had a stroke. We've all done it at one point in time. Congratulations and welcome to the stream. If this tips over and lands on this, it's gonna short it out and blow up the bench top. So that'll be fantastic, basically, is what I'm saying. Let's actually run this through a relay board. So that it isn't even like... So that I don't have to touch a live wire to it directly. Yo, Frost Ooh, thank you for the Prime sub. I'm getting fucking... now that I fixed that stupid horn, I'm jumping when it goes off again. This shit sucks. Worst deal of my life. I should have left it broken and been like, there's nothing we can do. Sorry, he's found dead. There's nothing we can do. Dude, what the fuck? This... What? That just came out of the... That's soldered on. What the fuck? Wait, why is that loose like that? I've never seen that happen before. Hang on, let me resolder these terminal blocks. Do a lick test? Dude, I don't even want to have my ear when I turn it on. What if it explodes? Very high quality. It's actually crazy that that just snapped, because there's solder cones on each one of these. And it looks like it just snapped around the cone, like it somehow didn't make contact or something. Oh, it's solid now. The fuck? Is the other one like that? No, just that end. That's weird. Why was just those... It must have had strain on it or something that led to that. I can't imagine another reason how that would have happened. Professionally wave soldered. Some pay extra. Do you guys know how they do through-hole soldering? Like in production batches? I can give you a hint. They don't have a soldering iron come down and go to each one. There's a giant vat of solder that's molten, and it has a pump that pumps it up to a long, skinny, like, hole where it, like, overflows like a fountain. It's like a little solder fountain, and then you custom make a metal mask for the bottom of the board where it covers it all up except for where the pins are. And then you put that in the tray, and you run it over the wave, and it solders the pins. Like, it sticks to the pins as it goes over. Hey, Smuggalano, welcome in! Thank you for the raid! Hey, I've got your Gamer Subs cup right now. How's it going? Hope your stream went great. We're building a vibro knife. There was a Seattle-based company releasing a $400 ultrasonic vibrating knife, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I can do that for less money. So that's what we're trying today. From Star Wars? You're like the 10th person to say that. I remember it because I used to read the Star Wars books when I was a kid, when I was like 10. And they would talk about it, and they would talk about the vibrate knife in there. But I didn't realize that so many other people also, like, remembered that. Keep that vibro away from his wife. The idea is that a knife oscillates slightly back and forth. We'll be able to cut through things a lot easier. That's the idea, right? So we're just gonna see if that's true. So I bought this driver board, which hopefully doesn't explode, because one of the reviews on it said this thing is dog shit, it exploded. Which has me a little bit worried, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm getting this little relay board, because on the knife we want a button that lets us actuate it. That lets us turn it on and off, basically. What if it shakes too much? It's ultrasonic, so it shouldn't be shaking, like, too much. Love the vibro blades more than the sabers in Star Wars. It's a cool, like, idea. I think it's probably based on this. These have been, like, lab equipment for a while, having, like, an ultrasonic blade. It's just that only recently that someone made a commercial product version. So, that's why... That's what inspired me to try to do my own version of it, basically. And then let's see here. We're gonna need a cable for this. Not this guy. Okay, wait, actually, yes, this guy. Either vibro knife or a grenade. Yeah, keep you know that you're entering during the more exciting part of the stream. We'll see if this shit explodes or not. We're about to test this. I just want this relay board to be able to turn it on or off. I don't want it to just, as soon as I plug it in, be on. Also, I'm gonna plug it into the other outlet so that, it doesn't blow my breaker. I do have my, my stream all runs through a server, so if it does blow the breaker, the screen will just go black for a couple minutes while I have to boot everything back up again, which will be a big pain in the ass, but, you know, it ain't over. It over till it's over. I've had it happen a few other projects where the power draw got a little spicy. This guy shouldn't be a lot of power draw, it's more just, you know, if it's badly designed. And I know it's easy to imply that like, Amazon.com AliExpress resale device is going to be badly designed. I would never imply such a thing. But, you know, just in case it is, let's keep, well, just glue a razor blade to the top of an electric toothbrush. You know, that... You know, you say that as a joke, but that probably would kind of work. As long as you, like, got the grain corrected, like, correct. It would probably work correctly. Or use a Hitachi? The Hitachi doesn't vibrate fast enough, is the problem. Did it just glitch out for a second there? We just lost connection for a second. You thought it was over. Psych. It's not over yet. Used to work for Hitachi? Like, the part that made the vibrators or the part that made, like, the motors? Hitachi makes a lot of shit. They make a lot of different stuff. Didn't they sell off their vibrators to some other company because they didn't want to be associated with it anymore? They're missing out, man. They sold that shit off right before, like, the Ho Evolution, and they're, like, a brand name. They could have made bank. What kind of vibrators did Hitachi make? The exact version you're thinking of? Am I making right now? Ultrasonic, so a little bit different. So the idea here is that, there we go. This is 12 volts, so let me run a quick little... We'll run this guy over here. This is like our activation wire. So this is a relay, it's like a little electric switch. And when you run a current through the coil, it'll contact the switch and turn on the much higher voltage. Because this runs on higher voltage, I want it to be fairly isolated from where I'm touching it. Stuff that mofo up. It's already gonna be pretty fucking juiced. To the point where I'm gonna be careful. I'm gonna need to be careful to not burn it out. We're very much at, like, could accidentally burn the thing out territory with this. For sure. It'd be pretty upsetting if we do. Alright, 12 volts on this guy. Alright, that contacts. And then we just add a switch. We're back to making things I can recreate at home. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend this one unless you kind of know what you're doing. But you know, in a theoretical sense, yeah, you could do it. But you shouldn't, but you could. Bunny Bun Bun, stop trying to become a guy. I fucking sang Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald at my karaoke stream on Friday, and you missed it. Everyone else recommended it in your steed because you keep talking about it. But the bit has been completed. Yo, Sky Popo God, thank you so much for the fresh T1. Appreciate you, brother. You had done the song before? I have done the song before. He's using AC with a micro board. I can explain this for, like, the curiosity of how the engineering here works. But yeah, this is a relay board switching the 120 volt AC to this. This is a power conversion board that steps... Oh, it's not quite centered, is it? Steps the AC down to a lower voltage, rectifies it to DC. This is a switching circuit, which then turns it back into AC, but it's a much higher switching frequency of 40 kilohertz, and then this steps it back up into about 400 volts, and then that goes to the transducer here. So that's our circuit. And then the rest of this we're just getting suited up right now. The deucer. Hang on a second. I'm gonna stick this little sticky tape to the top to help it connect. I don't like that this is turning, but like literally I don't want to torque it down more because I'm afraid it might like crush it. We're attaching this so that it has a load. I don't want to risk it straight off the bat. And, like, I already know it's designed for a water ultrasonic bath, so this should work as a functioning load. Functioning load, eyebrow raise. Here. Alright, so now, pull this guy away. I can stand back a little bit. Hit him with a... Very clean signal we're getting there. I'm gonna re-strip these. The copper's really corroded. Much cleaner. Okay. Okay, okay. We should be good on that. So this is open. If I check... And then when this closes, you can hear it beep, I think. Relay's working. Relay is working. Let's go ahead and plug this in and see if it works right. Getting a, as I said, I'm using the extension cables. I don't want to plug it in directly, because I'm a little bit, just a little worried. Oh my gosh, this is way shorter than extension cable. Are you kidding me, man? Yeah, sure. You know what? Chaining extension cables, known safe procedure. Sure, why not? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll be wearing rubber shoes. Don't worry, bro. I'm wearing my safety sandals. It'll be okay. I'm not saying I doubt that this is safe. I'm just saying sometimes it's good to take precautions. Alright, this shouldn't even be contact. And now, let's see if it explodes or not. Alright, let's test. 3, 2, 1. Looks like it's working, man. You can see the water shaking too. It's definitely vibrated. All right, perfect. We don't have any crazy glaring issues that I can tell. Seems to just work. Now here's the question. Oh, I forgot I adhered it with a with tape. Said it wouldn't fall. I was gonna try to put something directly on the transducer to see what would happen. More power? This is a decent amount of power. I don't want to run it like a really long time. That probably sounds horrible to the microphone. First time seeing you. Welcome in, Yo Mama's basement. Cut some cello. I put on my headphones to see if it's loud to you guys. I don't think it is. Okay. Looks like we got the bones of a nice working contraption here. I unplugged it, just making sure. Just making sure it was discharged well enough. Let's see what we can do with this, because if it works with water, it should work with knife. Now that's maybe a bold statement, but like theoretically, shit. I don't hear it. I should do a I should do a stream where I put different frequencies through the stream, and then chat says which ones they hear, and then I can rank chat based on how wide their hearing range is. And then you can end up with the funny moment where someone realizes that they're like partially deaf or some shit. I might be fucked, I can't hear it. Can you actually not? For what it's worth, I can only barely hear it. I think it's as you get older, it's a lot harder for you to hear ultrasonic stuff. And it becomes like, I mean, a literal dog whistle, where like only dogs can hear it. Make it reroute, fucking bold ass, main character ass. Make it reroute all the power to a single light bulb when it touches human skin for the ultimate punishment. That doesn't make any fucking sense. What are you talking about? First time catching a stream, glad to see the knife that gives you cello scrotum. Cello scrotum? I heard it and I'm not wearing any headphones. Oh, it does depend on your speakers. That would be the more like damning thing it would show, is just who has speakers that have good enough spectrum. Yeah, you can't hear it on bad speakers. This is testing who that would just be outing people for being poor or just not having good speakers. That's fucked up. I can't do that. Especially on this stream, the whole point is that I'm supposed to be showing you guys how to run things on a budget. I shouldn't be able to, but I had my phone speakers on low and I heard. I could try headphones full blast, see if it's different. The DAC havers and the DAC have-nots. AirPods can't pick it up? Yeah, bro, I said bad speakers wouldn't be able to. Let's see here. Are these like the same nub? No, this one is like slightly longer, so this is the one that I want to go with, I think. See, yeah, let's go with this guy here. I need to like lock it in. Got him. I mean, like, I think if you have AirPods, you know what you're buying them for. You're not buying them for exceptional audio quality. You're buying them because they're convenient and they sync to your phone nicely. It's like the perk of all Apple stuff. The main reason you buy it is not because it's the highest quality, it's because it's nice and easy and it works with all your other shit. Which, there is something to that, man. For sure. Alright, that should be held in there pretty hard. Well, what we're basically gonna do, we have this little nub. This screws into the end here. This guy goes here. We're gonna cut a slot into it so that the slot of the knife can fit in. Then we're gonna cut the end of this knife down to size and then fit it in there too, and then epoxy it all together, And then hopefully that creates a good enough bond for us to have our ultrasonic knife. I buy fake Apple Pods. Dude, some of those fakes are kind of good. I'm not gonna lie. I tried a pair of fake AirPods that someone bought for like 15 bucks. They're not good, but they're good for $15. It's hard to be mad when it's that cheap, you know? What if you attach the ball phones to this? That was effectively homemade transducers, but not ultrasonic ones. I know this is a jank channel, but mass tuning is important with ultrasonic transducers. Yeah, I know. Like, tuning the mass and making sure that it's, like, it's gonna get, like, proper resonance is important, and we're not getting any of that. Because... well, refer to your first, reason. Dang Pods was cooking with the KZ Rex. Unironically, the KZs are pretty good. I've used them. Alright, let's see what we can do here. We'll cut the slot here, see how well it fits this blade, and then we'll cut here and see if we can fit it all together. Dang Pods is awesome. Dang Pods and Ordinary Sausage are the two channels that my YouTube channel shares the most with. Or it's either Dang Pods or Garbage Time, but it's both the same guy, you know. Basically, what I'm saying is, I would expect that a lot of you guys watched it just based on that. I'm pretty sure Mr. Dank commented on one of my videos one time. I think it was on the Pooksell PC, because that's like literally bait for his brand here. James channel too. James channel's good stuff. I think he's also on that list. Hang on, I can tell you what the list is. This isn't info that YouTube gives you, but I use a third-party service for doing like algo checks on YouTube when I name stuff, and that tells me what it is. Lovey Gold, thank you for the raid. Hang on a second. We're on this is a little bit of a tangent, but it's pretty quick for me to... log in real fast. Alright, yeah, hang on a second. Let me see... subscribers. And then, yeah. Top channels that your top channels your audience is subscribed to. Hang on, it's been like re-jumbled. It's not as top heavy as it used to be for those guys. Now on here is also, let's see, Schlep. I don't know who that is. Moist Critical Gaming, Louis Rosman, Future Canoe, Voidzilla, Glitch, which I'm pretty sure is the Digital Circus people. That was probably just on there because it's a lot. Yeah, hang on. What the fuck has happened to my audience? This is completely different than it used to be. Now it's got Glitch and Toby Fox in the top concurrent subscriber count on here. There's been a disturbing shift. Where is Hina and Mari? Motherfucker, that's the Twitch? The Twitch shared? Not the YouTube? Who's Toby Fox? Son Togu, we need to put you in a museum. It's like man who hasn't discovered fire yet. Your audience is getting younger. Oh, no, no, no. Schlep is the Chris Hansen of Roblox. Oh, he's the guy who does that. Mari is on YouTube now, bro. Yeah, but the people that watch Mari on YouTube are even less aligned with the people that also watch me than the ones that watch her on Twitch. The ones that watch on YouTube are the type that are like... that, like, think they're better than Twitch culture. They're not gonna be watching this channel, I can tell you that. I see Tasting History is on here. That's a based choice. Oh my gosh. I'll see if I could find the, Yeah, I can't. They've rearranged this site. I can't find the other info that's like... that, like, shows what the subscribers do. Tasting History is awesome. I can only handle so much of a lot of Twitch personalities. That's understandable. I watch, like, a couple. Like, and I'm counting, like, ones that aren't small streamers and ones that aren't my friends. I don't watch very many, like, big Twitch streamers. Technology Connections was on there. I didn't see Aging Wheels. They used to be. But as I said, I feel like they're being filtered out. Because keep in mind, this is last 30 days subscribers. Is what it's looking at. So it's not all of them overall. But like a couple months ago when I checked this, it was way more these other channels, and now it's more like general, like popular YouTube channels. So I feel like there's been a shift here, man. Now, if we're going by Twitch shared audience, it's Hinabobina, Chromu, which makes sense because I collab with them all the time. Mari, I think Mint Castella and Bad at Video Games. I think that's the 5. O's got too big, he's no longer cool. This is so sad. What about your second channel? Yeah, that was the #1, but I didn't want to say my second channel is the #1. That's not really what I was looking for, you know? Even then, it only said that there was 2,000 subs to the second channel from the first channel. But I'm almost at 10K subs on the second channel. So, does that mean I'm getting ones that are only subscribed to the second channel and don't watch the first channel? Because that's kind of crazy, if true. It would be really funny if there ends up being dedicated fucking second channel watchers that don't watch the main one. Yeah, it's the 5 people I raid before everyone else goes to bed. It's mostly either, like... Because, okay, hang on. I wish this was a thinner one. I hope this isn't too thick of a cutting wheel. Hang on. What I thought was stable, it immediately started fucking... started fucking bending the minute that I started putting any sauce on it. Need a 3rd gaming channel to get the full earlier YouTube channel division. I'm not starting a gaming channel. Here's the thing. There are people... There are YouTubers who I watch their second channel more than their main channel because it's more like casual goofing around, and I'm just like, I'm into that more. There's not a single person on YouTube where I watch their gaming channel more. Yo, welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in, Sigroll. I have a VOD channel. But that one doesn't really count, because that's more just like an archive for people who want to make edits. Send of Decay, thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate ya. Atrioc has that issue. He's assuming he talks how people mention the big channel way more. Wait. I've watched some of his videos, and it's always just videos where he's talking about something he found on the internet. Is that his second channel? Because I might, only know his second channel and didn't even realize it was a second channel. What is his main content? Big A is the second channel? Interesting. Alright, hang on. I think that this might be too big and unwieldy, and we actually need to use the Dremel. Tragic, I know, because the Dremel sucks shit, but such is life. I think it might be the, I think it might be what has to be done. Shit-ass Dremel, shit-ass Dremel. Oh, you guys always making fun of my Dremel. Man, it works. So what if it's a knockoff and it's kind of shitty? It still gets the job done. His main stuff is edits of politics, tech news, and some gaming stuff like competitive Hitman. Who was the Twitch streamer that made a second channel, and it was a second channel like reviewing food stuff and making bad recipes? I watched that. I used to watch that channel all the time before I realized that the guy was like not famous for that. and that was actually his secondary content, that it ended up eclipsing his main content. I think you just saw it going off and invested more on that. Brutal Foods. Yeah. I thought Brutal Foods was all the guy did for a long time. And then later I was like, oh wait, actually, he's like known for some other shit. You're right, that is who it was. Also, Shindigs, welcome in. Brutal Moose has a food channel? Yeah, he has one where he just, like, tries food. It's good in the worst way. See, you guys have watched other shits. You better have safety squints. I think you guys, like, you underestimate the amount of safety equipment that I'm on in any given time just because I wear sandals all the time. Dude, you better be wearing safety glasses. It kicks this shit right back in my fucking face. Big A channel also has a good video on his thoughts on main secondary. I got engagement baited by second channel discussions. Shindigs, I have a second channel that I started like a couple weeks ago. It's about at 10K subs. People like the videos on there though. They're getting like pretty decent views given the size of the channel. And the second, not the last video, but the one before that, is definitely getting viewed by people that aren't subscribed or follow the main channel, which is pretty good. It's not a 220 volt. It's a Craftsman, man. This is the most American shit ever. But it's like after the enshittifying of Craftsman, unfortunately. Yeah, 120 volt AC, 50 to 60 hertz. Variable speed. Is doing good. And it's getting 2 videos a week. And currently, if it keeps this up, then Dower's got a job forever because it's about breaking even, which I didn't really expect it to do yet. But we'll see if it's able to keep that up. Yeah, I know it's not American anymore. It's after the... That's why I said, however, this is a post-enshittification one. It hasn't been American for a while, unfortunately. But I don't think they sell them anywhere else. If I get a brand name Dremel and it just mogs this, I'm gonna feel like an idiot for using this one for so long. Oi, oi. Why is Dremel dying? It has literally always been like this. Get a Fordham? They're much better than Dremel. A Fordham. I don't think I can afford them. Hey, Lamau. Is this a Fordhamese nuts or some shit type deal? Or is that actually a brand? This ultrasonic cutter is pretty slow and sounds like it's like, this isn't the ultrasonic, man! Also tragic, friend that got hired by Harbor Freight got fired from Harbor Freight recently. This is so sad. I was gonna try to get him to leak all the best Harbor Freight products to me. Like, tell me which ones actually use stolen IP. How's this fit the knife? Not quite. Oh, that's actually good, because that means it can be a hammer fit. Pick up a Milwaukee. I keep getting Milwaukee hype reels on TikTok. TikTok and Instagram reels. I've gotten them on both. I don't know why. I don't know what's feeding them to me. You're not wrong about can't afford them. Wait, how much is the Dremel equivalent from them? How much is it? I didn't even look. Does Milwaukee even make a Dremel clone? There's no way they don't. Good lord, man. Jeez. Alright. I think we're good here. Ugh. No, not the short one. Give me at least the medium length one. This one's skinnier, so it has a better odds of fitting in the slot. Oh, crushed the threads a little bit there, but you know that's not too bad. Okay, no, it still threads in. It still threads in. We're fine. We're fine. The M12 Milwaukee rotary tool is it's only 119 for the brand name Milwaukee. Dog, this Craftsman one was like 70 or something, and it sucks ass. Also, it was 70 like when my dad bought it in 1995. That's not like unaffordably expensive given what I've spent for other tools. It's now a self-tapper. $12 on Temu. I don't trust $12 Temu Dremel. Hang on a second. What is a Fordham? Fordham rotary tool. This is some industrial shit. What the hell? Alright, wait, hang on. The fact it says hand pieces instead of, like, tools. How much does this cost, bro? Call it style handpiece. $100? This is a pneumatic. This is a pneumatic one, so then you need the air compressor to go with it. Is that your dad's Dremel? Yes, it is. Hello, Ohio brethren. Sorry for your loss of Steak and Shake and Frisch. Wait, what? Steak and Shake? What happened to Steak and Shake? Hang on. Steak and Shake. Did they go out of business or something? They went Nazi. Me when I'm an exaggerator. Steak and Shake better be okay. They were eating shit years back when I left. Steak and Shake was always a place I went in college. They rebranded as Shake and Steak. Oriana Ara, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, Raiders. Hang on a second. I just realized. Oh my gosh, I've been missing super chats. Hang on. My condolences, YouTube. Your window was frozen? I just assumed I wasn't getting any. No, they're gonna be fucking flaying me alive in the comments on this one. Alright, hang on, let me go through these. Heed, thank you for the $10. I know this one. Try measuring your leads at 1K? What the fuck does that mean, dog? The Maybe Enthusiast, thank you for the $2. What Tuhu song is this? This is the Tuhu Bossa Nova playlist. YouTube cucked again. I'm sorry, this one was unintentional. Pat Booth, thank you for the 4 Canadians. I appreciate you. Surprised he isn't turning a dildo into one. I'm not gonna... It's not the same kind of vibrator. He was the one testing the shape. See, I missed the fucking context on that one. I'm sorry. Type Zeta, thank you for the $9.99. Will this lead to a sonic double knife? We'll see about that. Ungrounded, unfused, wet, free. Ungrounded, unfused, in my lane, flourishing. Thank you, Sezoji, for the $2. King Kashova, thank you for the $2. I agree, Twitch chat is better. You are being a bastard. You are a Twitch chatter first. I gotta check this window more often, man. Why does this shit keep freezing? Yeah, hang on. I realized because my Twitch chat on OBS had also frozen. That's why I noticed. That I was like, wait a second, that's not what it is. Howdy Slab Man, how was your night? It's going great. A real dream all is very worth it. Also, I need to be allowed to become a member of the VOD and Slob channel. Yo, Buttered Bread, thank you for the $5. You want me to enable memberships on the other channels? I only have... What are we waiting for? We're not waiting for anything. I'm just reading my... Oh my gosh. Just give me a... It's literally a 5-minute aside, okay? 5-minute aside. Allow me a little bit here. Most of my apps been getting less reliable with updates. It's annoying that shit is just working worse. Let people throw money? I guess. I don't have that many members to begin with. How many do I have? On the main channel? Like 18. If I did a members only stream, it would be a throwback to my old days. Which maybe that would be a funny bit. Taking breaks is healthy. I generally do try to keep it paced out so that it doesn't get done super fast either. But that's not really what I'm doing here. I was just reading because I realized that the chat had frozen. Alright. I fixed the frozen chat. Let's get back to our shenanigans, though. This is why you end up with scenarios where you have people leaving comments on my VODs being like, you can tell he actually hates his chat because, people are saying things and he's just being so argumentative with them. And it's like, motherfucker, I know that you must have been someone who came into chat and said something dumb and I joked about it. And now you're fucking salt posting in the comments. That's always how this shit is. Fake fans. Fake fans don't realize that getting on to chat is part of the fun. He has knives. Yeah, we gotta chop the handle off one of these knives so that I can fit it into this little bit that I just cut. And then we'll screw that into the transducer and then we can start working on some... Then we can start, like, actually testing the damn thing. It is really never that serious, bros. Truly, genuinely, it is not that serious. Alright. We use the old reliable shithead Dremel. Let's see what we can do here. Imagine using such a small knife. Well, it's more that just the slot that I dremeled out on this is way too narrow for the thickness of the big knife. But if you want, I'll do it on this one. And you know what? You know what? You're actually right. I don't want to have to do this to 2 knives. Fuck it, we ball. Let's do it on the big knife and not this littler one. So then it's a proper kitchen knife after all. Always read the name of this channel as Ooh's Lab. It's UWA Slab, actually, but, you know. You know, everyone always gets it confused. You know what, actually, this is gonna be too slow. Hang on. Now we can use this guy. Yeah, no. For this, we can use the big guns. Dude, it's fucking smoking. Also, the knife handle it's hollow? Ow, fuck, it's hot, too. The fucking thing is hollow? They didn't even, like... Was it too much steel to have the thing be solid all the way through? Interesting. There we go. That's crazy. No full tang. It's that's crazy that they would skimp on that. I wonder why. Cause like normally you would just put holes in the stretch of steel here, but they didn't even do that, man. Okay, let's clean up the edge that we've now bastardized on this blade. I'm sure this is great for the heat treating of the knife. It's fucking smoking. Okay, and this will need to be widened as well. Knife smoke. Don't breathe this. Ah! Yo, thank you for the thank you for the 11 months. Are you gonna use pitched sound to cut? Yes, it's gonna use. It's not gonna be like that specialized or anything, but it is gonna use sound to cut. Broken handle in a year or two. Yeah, I mean, this knife was a pack of 3 for $7. So, like, I don't want to be like, what do you expect on the quality? Because, like, you should expect... I mean, I just feel like it wouldn't have been that hard for them to make the thing solid metal all the way through, man. Why did they make it so hollow? Are they really getting that much out of the recycling the long slot they cut out of the middle of the thing? Are they actually making that much back from it? And it makes the whole thing feel lighter, too. It's not like it was a well-balanced knife. Not a vibroblade, just sound grinding. No, it is a vibroblade. Full tang is a selling point for a reason. That's actually crazy that they cheaped on that. That seems like such a bullshit reason to cheap out. Like, the amount you lose versus what you gain is just not worth it, it seems like. But I don't know, man. I need to get into the mind of a true budget merchant here. Never go full tang. I mean, it does have this one strip that runs all the way down. It's just that it should be like one solid bar that goes all the way down. Like, basically, see how it looks like it's continuous all the way around? That is all hollowed out. And then they put these through, like, thin little... I mean, like, hang on. Here, I can tear it apart to show you, I guess. Because I've already kind of torn it apart. Here, maybe it's not all hollowed out? Oh my gosh. Sorry if you already went through the instructions. Oh, hang on. They added me, so that got blocked. But yeah, if I do it as a video, you'll see the whole thing through. Because I am showing it pretty well. That said, due to the voltages involved, I do have to say this is a don't do this unless you know what you're doing kind of project. I don't want someone to electrocute themselves because they wired the shit wrong. Here, I'm cutting this apart solely for educational purpose. I just want to see... Oh my gosh, dude. I'm trying to, like, rip all the plastic part off so you can see what the steel part looks like. They can't be saving that much on steel, man. I refuse to believe that this is really saving that much money to make these parts hollow. Here, this is what the handle looks like. See? They, like, cut out... I'm assuming they die cut it, probably. But, like, they really chopped this center part out to save on steel, presumably. I don't think it was for balancing, because, if anything, this isn't a very well-weighted knife. All the weight is in the blade. Neither of these are well-weighted either. The handles are way lighter than the blades are, and the center of gravity is not where the blade meets the handle. Not quite, anyway. Especially not on this big boy. You are not on the mech engineering grind set. This is literally the job description. Aren't you in college? You aren't on the mech engineering grind set either. But you're right. Making shit as cheap as you possibly can is part of engineering in general. A lot of my job at my old job, a lot of what my true job was being like, hey, if we remove like $2 worth of parts, is this thing still gonna work correctly? Or like identifying parts that weren't really, you know, worth having on there. 10 years ago, it was an idea in Star Wars. Now we have corpos building them in their basement. I'm sorry, don't group me with schizos. I'm just a curious lad. You wouldn't hurt a curious lad, would you? A lad with a heart full of curiosity and whimsy. You wouldn't go after him, would you? Trying to fit in here. Oh, that's way thicker. That's like not even close. I'm half tempted to just run this thing in there, man. But I have to look at it like this, which is gonna be a little spicy. Alright, this is not proper angle grinding holding. There we go. Now it's starting to fit in the slot. That actually, like, just fits, too. Now, if we just shave the side of this down, we can get to the point where we're gonna be able to hammer this on and really wedge it. Like, the vise isn't even mounted. Yeah, I don't want it permanently on the desk. I need the ability to bring it in when needed. Let's wedge this down. Alright. Oh! Fuck! Alright, I knocked it off. Hang on a second. We gotta get that good and wedged. It's got a nice skinny end to it here. We just gotta really wedge it down in there. That's actually perfect. Alright, that's not quite as good of a wedge. Okay, hang on. Let me take a little off the bottom. I think it might be... Take a little off there. Yeah, that should... Yeah, that gives us a little more space to go down. There we go. First time on the stream. What's going on right now? We're making a knife. We're making a knife that that vibrates really fast in order to cut things better, because there was recently announced a startup that was making one. And I was like, I bet I can make this for less than the $400 that they're charging for theirs. Now, granted, I think that what they've done is a little bit better than what I'm gonna get here, but you know. You know, it's more about... Okay. Forgot. Tempered. Alright, well, that fixes that problem. No, my fucking thing came off, though. Does it also have a shitty app needed to use it? The one that's coming out doesn't have a shitty app needed to use it. I'll give him credit. It's like 10 times better than the average startup slop, like, tech thing. It feels like it was made by a genuine, real guy who was like, yo, it's cool that there's, like, this ultrasonic knife tech being used to take, like, biological samples. Wouldn't it be cool if you could do that in a kitchen knife? It does. I'm gonna be real. It feels like a lot more genuine of a product than what a lot of startups, especially tech startups that you see, are. But it is expensive. And so I am showing how to make a cheaper one. But my cheaper one will be wired, so it's not quite the same. It's not quite the same as one where all the circuit and everything is combined in the handle. The Kickstarter scam boom is over, it's true. There we go. Motherfucker. Alright, hang on. It just needs to wedge this apart a little bit, is the thing. Feels sturdy. I can't, like, easily displace it or anything. Ah! I cut my hand somehow. What the fuck? While messing with knives? Say it ain't so. What did I even get cut on? Hang on a second, I'll put a band-aid on it. Remember the Ouya? You might be one of 4. That's not true. I remember the Ouya. The Ouya, you know, I gotta... Don't make me simp for the Ouya again. Every time it comes up, I have to defend it, because people will be like, oh yeah, all these Kickstarter scams they used to have, and then they'll name off a bunch of products that were genuine scams. Like, they were invented to get people to give them a bunch of money on Kickstarter, but they had no idea how they were actually going to manufacture the thing. And then they'll list the Ouya with it. And it's like, dude, the Ouya was not a scam. It literally delivered the exact product that they said it was going to deliver. It's just that it turns out most people don't really want that. It's more people being dumb about, like, what they were. Alright, see this? There's a 2-contact system where when you chop, it's connecting in 2 different places to resonate twice as hard. Ooh. The Ouya just wasn't successful, except it was. It made, like, a shitload of money. Like, this is what I'm saying, man. It made a ton of money. It sold a bunch of units. It just ended up being something that had a lot of buyer's remorse. You were the only person in the world who played a game on the Ouya, and I only know because you won a daily on the only Ouya game. That's not true. I didn't actually play that on the Ouya. I played that on PC, where it was also released. But I had a friend in college who had an Ouya, and we would play games on it when we were, like, chilling and hanging out. And yeah, we might be the only people who actually use the Ouya. Oy, oy. The only one I remember is the weird frog jumping game. There were a shitload of games, because it could just play Android games. We were playing, like, fucking Cut the Rope on the thing. Maybe, wait, no, not Cut the Rope, hang on. It was one of the other ones. Doodle Jump, that was what I was thinking of. We were playing, because you could play, like, any Android game that had controller support, which was quite a few of them. We were playing a shitload of stuff on it. It's just that, once again, no one really wanted the thing. If it came out 5 to 8 years later, so instead of coming out in 2014, if it came out in like 2020, and it also had like Netflix, Hulu, like all the streaming services on it, and it was $100, you might own a fucking Ouya, is all I'm saying. It was maybe a little ahead of its time. You're finding the only person in the world that's an Ouya apologist here. It was too early to the punch. It was right before people were buying set-top boxes, like, regularly. An NVIDIA Shield? I knew someone with one of those, too. I knew someone with an NVIDIA Shield. That was also one that was massively, like, people called it a failure, but it wasn't really a failure. It was just something that a lot of people ended up not actually wanting. Using it to emulate Android. It wasn't emulating Android. It ran Android. Come on, man. But you're right. Most of what we used it for was playing old Super Nintendo games and Sega Genesis games. Lots of Sega Genesis games. He's going sunk cost on I'm not even the one who owned it, man. Sunk cost, my cost was 0. Only thing I was invested in were all the good times I had playing it. Oh, come on, man. Why is this stick hard enough that I can't pull it off, but then will just randomly fall off? Handheld game emulators run well. Oh, also GBA was also often used on this thing. Remember the Google console? You're talking about the Stadia? That one sucked because it was a subscription service. I don't want a subscription service. I want shit I can buy once. I will say, I didn't realize how nostalgic I would end up being for, like, apps that you could buy for 99 cents. And I also remember it being a really hard sell to get people to buy apps for 99 cents back when that started. Flip this over so the stick isn't in the way. It's fucking destroying this grinding wheel. Is that a capacitor? No, it's the little stud that screws into this transducer here. And I have to cut it down to size. I have to cut a slot in it so I can fit on this knife. Thing's fucking hot. Alright, I think that actually did it. Oh yeah, baby. That did it. That fucking did it. Okay. I think we should be good, at least for now. At some point, he will get a Harbor Freight angle grinder. Brother? This is a Drill Master $12 Harbor Freight angle grinder? The wheel is simply too thick. That's why I had to do So I did a thick slot for it to initially get in, and then a thin one at the bottom with the Dremel, so that so I could tap the tapered edge into the slot and really secure it. Can't wait for it to immediately fall off. It feels really secure now, honestly. But you know, I was just simping for the Ouya, so maybe I'm the king of cope. I might just be like the biggest coper that ever existed. Let's watch the blade explode from 100,000 microfractures that the hammer just made. What the fuck are y'all? Y'all would be getting picky over shit like that, wouldn't you? 1 second, I gotta take a magnum piss. Weld the knife, no bovine. I don't believe I will. Thank you for the $2 though. Can't you tape the knife? Tape the knife onto a WNBA projectile. Be quicker and probably more stable. I'm not putting it on a dildo. Also, speaking of, did you see the dildo throwing has like extended to other sports? Did you guys see that, this is something that's completely out of my audience. None of you guys watch any form of sport. You guys see the NFL clip where somebody threw like a chartreuse green or like a vibrant colored dildo onto the football field after someone scored a touchdown and ESPN marked it as a flag thrown on the play? Because they just saw it and thought that it was the flag being thrown by the ref. That's pretty funny, man. You gotta admit. Of course they did. Which team? I cannot remember. I saw the clip on Twitter. Which makes it more funny that I was like, y'all don't even watch sports, you won't see this. And it's like, if it appeared on your timeline like it did on mine, you would not have to watch sports at all to get it fed to you. Ah, fuck, man. Why is it that I can't move the thing at all, but then it's so easy for it to just, like, crumble off the connection? I'm gonna need some epoxy or something. You know how they snuck it past security. Don't say that. What the fuck? Did this, like, break in such a way that it won't fit in here now? Because this nub should fit out. Braze it as planned. Oh my gosh, we've already fucked this up by tapping on it so much. We've already fucked it up by hitting it with a hammer and cutting on it, and now brazing to it will really fuck it up. I mean, it's like it's the cheapest knife of all time. Shouldn't care that much, but that's such... Alright, I guess it wasn't stuck on that well. The $400 ain't looking too bad right about now. Shut the fuck up. I'm doing my best, man. This is the best you could get for $7. Yeah, about right. Oh, fuck off. It's pretty hard. Maybe this and then, like, epoxy it. I'm a little worried about trying to braze it, because I don't know if I have... Like... Or it wouldn't be brazing. I guess it would be. It'd be soldering. Yeah, I could completely fuck the heat treating on this to hell. Heat this up with a torch and then apply some flux solder to see... To see if it works. Doesn't epoxy take like 100,000 seconds to cure? Maybe if you're not using 5-minute epoxy, but I have some 5-minute epoxy. So I would be using that. It was the Jaguar Bengals game. Oh, that's probably why it got fed to me. That shit happened in Ohio. Or it happened with an Ohio team, at the least. You have a battery spot welder? Nope. I don't. Rockwell hardness shouldn't matter. Heat treating on a $2 knife? Of course it's the Bengals. 5-hour ultrasonic energy. You know what? Yeah, maybe it is worth trying to heat it up to solder. But then, what if it melts off the etching that says Kakuma? Kakuma. Actually, it probably won't. I think they laser etch that into the blade. A battery spot welder? Yeah, not really. I got a spot welder. Nice. I could buy one at Harbor Freight for $100. I just don't have one. Stick into some orange drink milks. You could sell it as full tang construction. I swear, brother. Alchemy, thank you for the $5. Cutting edge research. Carl, thank you for the 25-bit. It's dad jokes all the way around, isn't it? You could etch cock back onto it. Change it to a Kuma. Yeah, we have our own Kakuma. He's the guy that manages my VODs. I don't know if I don't have, like, flux. I have solder that has flux in it. Alright, hang on. Yeah, baby. That's gonna fuck up. It's gonna fuck the heating so much, but... You know what? Let's try it. If I can get solder to flow, I'll be fucking shocked. I think the flux is not going to be enough. Yeah, it's not gonna stick. Unfortunate. Just needs more flux. Seeing this hurts my soul. How many times did I have to say this is gonna fuck the heat treating to hell and back? I know how ass this is for the knife. Here's the thing. I'm not too concerned about this cheap-ass knife. And I don't think it was that well heat-treated to begin with. On the plus side, now that it's a little hot, maybe I can try hammering this on a little more. Ow, fuck, it's still really hot. Oh. Amazing. Oh, motherfucker. Motherfucker. How is it... How does it manage to stick so well and then suddenly not? Impressive, truly. It's gonna, like, shatter this knife or something trying to do this. I swear, man. Alright, epoxy it is. Now, if I really wanted to fuck it up, I could quench it. That would, like, destroy it. Oh my gosh, dude. You'd handle it easier if there was tape on the blade. Don't worry, you're not ready for the level of jank we're about to impart on this damn thing. Here, it's still quite hot. Well, that cools down. Well, that cools down, and I think of better ways to try to make sure that it stays mounted, because I'm sure it's gonna have more issues. Let's build up our handle here, because we're gonna need a handle for this thing too. And I feel like it's gonna, let's bend these tabs down. We're gonna need to make sure that they don't short to the case of the transducer. But that should be easy enough. Do I have, actually, hang on. I might have something that's like perfect for this thing. It's gonna suck balls. I saw a guy try it. You need 2 stages of amplification before the transducer. That advice tells me all I need to know, that you don't know what you're talking about. The transducer part works. That is fine. It's the mounting it all to a blade correctly that's gonna matter. And the fact that it's gonna be out of tune is gonna fuck with it a little. Alright, well, this wasn't exactly what I was looking for, but we could totally pack it into this damn tube. Hey, oh, wait, wait, what was this? Cold welding in the vacuum chamber? Are you, that's crazy. That's actually, like, a crazy suggestion. It's a little beyond the strength of this You kept using a hammer on a brittle metal? It hasn't shattered yet. We'll see. Hang on, where was the one where someone said something? Oh. The knife handle you cut off earlier should work great. Wait. Saw someone making a scalpel blade. Need a huge metal cone to properly match acoustic impedance. Yeah, that's the thing that I'm concerned about is the tuning. That's kind of more... That's the thing that's going to be, more tricky. It's not really the amplification. I'm getting enough power out of it. It's just that I would need... Trying to get like a resonance match is gonna be basically not possible. That's actually crazy that that fits like that. Okay, hang on a second. Yeah, let's make our handle real fast. We're also gonna need a little button in the handle for switching the blade on and off. So let's get one of those as well. Where's my push buttons? Whoop! Not quite, not quite. No, not really, not really. Dude, where did I run out of these specific ones that I'm looking for? What the hell? Might have to go with a toggle switch instead. No shot. It's not a toilet paper roller. It's way thicker than a toilet paper roll. It's not a toilet paper roll. So you don't have to be indignant about it. Here, I'm gonna unhook this from the board so I can like freely mess with this here. It's really not. Fancy TP roll? Sure, dude. Don't say that. Don't call them toilet paper rolls, bro. It's better than that. It's a high strength cardboard apparatus. This one it's not a toilet paper roll though, legitimately. It's a lot stronger than one. It's like a really thick like cardboard tube. I can't remember what I got shipped in it. But it was like some other shit. It wasn't fucking dookie paper, I can tell you that. Those are a lot thinner. I bet the ultrasonic ass cleaner will work great. Here's the thing is, even if this thing isn't in resonance, it can still have good results. It's just not gonna be as good results as one that's been, like, fucking tuned. We're gonna be missing out on a lot of efficiency, basically. Alright. Excellent. Cardboard can be impressive as long as you don't get it soggy. Yeah, I don't plan on sogging this thing. You making ultrasonic tunes to stab to? No, I don't think so, brother. I don't want Twitch or YouTube to think that I'm encouraging construction of a violent weapon. I'm simply building a kitchen apparatus. Very distinct difference here. Sog them up, dry them out. First time watching live, welcome in. The only danger he is to himself. I'm not even that much of a danger to myself. I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, I have to make this thicker so that it friction fits in the fucking tube. I'm sure this will work excellently. Excellent. We need the more dramatic securing agents. Doctor, pull out the glue gun. Ah! Oh, now it fits a lot better, but it flops around because there's nothing to the sides of it to keep it from flopping around. Okay, hang on a second. We're really bringing us back to our roots here. We used to build shit out of cardboard all the time. Then at some point, I started thinking I was too good for it. Now, where does that bring you? Back to me. Now we're making cardboard shit again. Will this cut with sound and not make contact? No, it absolutely will make contact. It's oscillating back and forth really fast due to the sound. That's the difference. I think that a few people are confused about that. Or like, what exactly, like how it's working. So yeah, that's how it works. It's not cutting with the sound. It's oscillating with the sound. Don't roll off my desk, bro. Alright. This'll definitely... This'll definitely work. Here we go. I mean, I bet it will, though. As jank as this looks. Also, whoever was on me about the cardboard, I recommend you watch the recent Nighthawk and Light video where he builds furniture out of cardboard. Also, I'd like you to look at the library of IKEA Incorporated. Are we expecting the blade to weld itself out of envy or procrastinating? Hang on. Are you the one that said... Are you the one that said earlier? No, you've been fine. Okay. I got my eye on you. My stepdad furnished his whole apartment with pizza boxes and duct tape. It's perfectly fine to build with. I don't know if that's... I don't know if that really is selling it. Bro dodged a bullet. If he was the one who earlier was like, why are we stalling? His ass would be gone from this chat. Let it be known. He would not be here now. Alright, hang on. Here we go. Yeah, baby. People will say this is bad design, but this is awesome. I don't want to hear any smack talk on this shit. This actually works incredible. Now, if I could just find my fucking, like, round button. Hang on a second. I know that I have ones. There's no way I've gone through all of the ones that are like that. There we go. I knew I had one left. This guy here. Man makes knife out of cardboard. I did a knife isn't made out of cardboard. Just the handle. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, this is coming great, actually. The TP roll is secured better than the blade is? Yeah, don't talk to me about it. Hang on, we need something to help secure the blade. We actually do, or it's gonna fall off. I do have some 5-minute epoxy here, which might be the solution. Also, it isn't actually 5 minutes. It takes like... It sets well enough to work with it in 5 minutes, but it's not strong for like 30 or something. Looks like a knife Cold Steel will sell you for $50. And this one vibrates. Snap shit, thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate you. You can use the toilet paper to wipe off your fingerprints. Genius work. It's not toilet paper. I swear, it's not toilet paper. Oh my gosh. Hang on a second. Let me get my drill. I have to drill through this quote-unquote toilet paper. Something that you normally don't have to do through it, you know? Just for all the haters to know. Where's my step drill? Oh, I put it in here. This is a Mall Ninja shit. I'm showing you how to make a budget vibro blade. Of course it's gonna be a little Mall Ninja-y. You gotta expect at least like a small percentage of that going on here. Dude, it's fucking smoking? Why? Why was it smoking, dog? Schutz got it cooked. Alright, yeah, and then we'll shove this guy in. Well, first let's solder new leads on him and then shove them in. What is the tube actually from? I can't remember. But it's a really thick cardboard tube. Will we be able to shoot lightning bolts out of this? Yeah, you know, if you try hard enough, maybe. Alright. You know what? I think it's time to pull out the true piece de resistance of any janky build. Baby, it's time for the glue gun. Also, let me put the rotary tool away. Who needs spot welding and other effective techniques when you could simply hot glue the blade into the slot? I mean, at the very least, the goal is to make it so that it's being held by this friction hold in the bit, which maybe will work. I don't know. We'll see. King of Arts and Crafts. This ain't your mom's glue stick, okay? We're using the fucking yellow ass ultra strong industrial hot glues. Actually, hang on, that's like way too short. What the fuck? Yeah, 1 second. That's like way too short. Why do I have a glue stick that fucking short? Hang on. Took off the shower, came back to a toilet paper glue tube and the hot glue gun's out. Don't worry about it, bro. Don't worry about it. It's a glue roach. Yeah, about. Jeez. Who do I contact for compensation because you and Hina inflicted me with the verbal stem scrupulous fangor? I've been saying that ever since the road trip, so I'm also owed damages. I'll let you know once, I'll let you know once that gets sorted. He's off the blowtorch method? Yeah, you're welcome, by the way. It's actually a thank you to the person who gifted me this glue gun. This was bought for me on Throne. I was gifted two at like the same time on Throne. One person gave me a Gorilla Glue one, and one person gave me this DeWalt. And the Gorilla Glue one is lower temp and uses like the normal glue stick glue, and this one is higher temp and uses like the shit they use to put furniture together. So I've been saving this for when I needed something extra strong. And you know what? I think it's finally gonna see it today. trigger that turns on the relay. I set that up earlier. If you weren't here earlier in the build, you might have missed it. All right, so now you press this and it... That's the idea, at least. John DeWalt... Hang on, I'm sorry. John DeWalt himself pees into every glue schlong. What the fuck are you talking about, dog? Alright, I think it's fully heated. It's fucking smoking. Yay. Yeah, baby. Time to professionally mount this knife blade. You know, I think the thing that is the most defining feature of my channel is that it's the professionalism that I add to the builds. Nowhere else do you get to see real engineering like this, and that's just, it's so inspiring. There we go. That's probably fine. Well, I heated up fast. I kind of like this DeWalt one better because it has a switch that lets me turn it off. I thought it was the crash outs. It's also the crash outs. It's part of the fun. This is a Harbor Freight quality level stream. Sorry, a Harbor Freight quality level of stream. I see what you're saying. You're calling my stream Harbor Freight tier. Well, joke's on you. I love Harbor Freight. I'm realizing now, I really didn't make the knife cord long enough. This shit's only like... It's only this long. I only have... I gotta do all my cutting like this close to the thing. Are you kidding me, man? That's what I've got to deal with here. Sure. Harbor Freight to Temu? We're gonna be buying some stuff for a future Temu stream this week, if all goes according to plan, by the way. And it's a real doozy of one. Hi, streamer. What are we making today? We are making a vibro knife. We're making a knife that vibrates really fast, so, well, actually, I'm not really sure why, but your mother asked for it last night after I was leaving her house. Nah, it should be cutting things easier than a normal, cheap knife would. That's the idea. I'm gonna be trying to, like, cut stuff with this while it's all hooked up like this. Alright. I should extend this cable, honestly. I'm kind of afraid to, though. This is really high voltage. We are going to fight Jedi. What happened to the Temu weed? Smoked it all, I'm afraid. And injected all the Temu Fint. This is so sad. Transducer will fly apart right after blade falls off. You guys, you're rooting for my downfall here, man. Why can't you say shit like my prediction? This will work. This will work amazingly. You know what, actually? I'm gonna let you put your money where your mouth is. And keep in mind, I'm not going to cash this out until we've done a couple cuts with it. But hang on, if you're so sure. Let's see what you put on, let's see what you put on this one. Knife. Work or break? Now, I'm gonna say it now, and even though I say it now, you illiterate, non-comprehending fucks are still gonna get it wrong. Working supersedes all. If it is easier to cut with, and we get a couple cuts off, and then it breaks, the winner is work, not break. It's only if it doesn't work and breaks that break wins, okay? I'm giving you the description now, and I know you illiterate fuckers are still gonna not get it right. Los Angeles abducted me and I miss Ohio. That's so sad, MacD. Welcome in, though. That's so sad because, LA is maybe the worst city I've ever been in. I actually hate it more than anything else. Oi, oi. How are you guys on the YouTube? What do you guys think? You wrong? Ooh, woo, 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 woo. I have faith it'll work. Guru account? You're a good one. Give me pastas. Oh, they're talking among themselves. That makes sense they would, because they fucking... because I'm not talking to them. Too bad, now I'm seeing their shit. Please answer, what if it doesn't break and doesn't work? That's a good question. Then it would go under work/not break. Which means it didn't break, but it didn't work. Break is that it breaks before it worked. It will work, but YouTube chat won't. King Kashova, you're a dark, you're a dark force. What is the phrase I'm looking for? You're a rogue agent. Get out of here, slabs. Oh, sorry, were you guys having like a fucking heckin' wholesome time, Marino? My condolences. Why does it say engage with your audience and it has a little like new thing available and I click it, it's members only live stream? I'm not gonna members only live stream to 18 members. Unless I specifically want the smallest chat of all time, which would be funny. I don't think I would recommend that. Switch the channel. What's up, my YouTubers? You can't call them that, bro. Who are we bullying? Everyone. Didn't break/didn't work sounds like everything I didn't... Okay, I maybe didn't describe it well enough here. A lot of people voted for work/not break. So if I go to cut something and the knife blade immediately snaps off, it's gonna actually be over for everyone. How much are we able to riz you up? None. That shit will get you made fun of in the Twitch chat. Only in the YouTube chat do y'all get away with it. What if you break? I better fucking not. No one who is a member is chatting? You're so right. It would be a dead chat. At least we ain't Twitchers. I wouldn't know. I never, I never see what you guys write. Do you still have the taser sword? You bet your ass I have the taser sword. Yeah, I'll allow that one. I'll allow some BM between YouTube and Twitch chat. I'm double teaming, don't tell anyone. Your name on YouTube is meme, so I have no idea what it is on Twitch. Okay, I'm going back to super chat only on you guys. You think it won't work and won't break? Basically, break is only if it breaks before it works. That's the easy way to know the poll. Anyway, what was I doing here? Holy shit. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Wait, what triggered that? I'm on Twitch for chatting because you said no YouTube, but I got the vid on my TV. That makes sense. Dude, wait, what caused that? Hang on, was that a stream element? Was that a dono? I forget what that indicates on my stream. Here, I'll check real fast just to see. Yeah, wait, what the fuck? It actually was a dono. It was a $200 dono from an anonymous tipper? Are you fucking real? That's insane. That's insane, anonymous gift. It says follower up in the top left. Yeah, but like, that wasn't what it said when the horn went off. Please frame the next 5 minutes of your stream as a TED Talk. Or not. Whatever. Love you. That's very sweet, but I don't think I've ever watched a TED Talk. GMK, thank you for the gift sub. I appreciate you. Yeah, wait, how do you frame stream like a TED Talk without standing in front of a, whiteboard? Magnacore, thank you for the $20. Twitch chatters smell weird. Brother, you are playing both sides. Slab becomes a motivational speaker. Just think about all the amazing things you can do with the vibro knife. Like, what is a TED Talk phrase like? Is it like that? Do a presentation about corn for 5 minutes? It's like one of those like bullshit like, you want to be a salesman? Sell me this pin. Hang on, wait. Hang on, wait. It's on like the tip of my brain. I'm trying to think. I had a friend who did not get hired for a sales position, but they asked him to do something like that. It was like the sell me this pin. I'm like just now, this was forced back into my consciousness. This is from years ago. I can't remember what he said, but I remember he like, the guy was like, sell me this something on his desk. Go. And his like immediate like off the dome response was, buy this thing or I'm gonna beat you with it. Or like it was like a threat. He like immediately threatened him if he didn't buy it. Which is not what you're supposed to do for that it's not what you're supposed to do in that scenario, I don't believe. I'm not a salesperson, so you know, maybe I'm not an expert. But hitting the job interviewer with like a vague threat. It was something like, buy this or you're not gonna like what happens. It was something like that. It wasn't like, I'm gonna kill you. Bro, YouTube bros smell even weirder. Magnacore, thank you for the $10. You are baiting them. You went over to bait them. You went over there to do a little bit of baiting. Speaking of, I need to mail you a painting. You know why I haven't done it yet? I haven't found the fucking box that fits it. What do you mail? Like, I think I'm gonna have to buy a box and then come back and pack it. Because I don't have anything that's like, will fit the painting properly. I came from the funny meme site. That's right. Someone is advertising your upcoming streams on Funny Junk. Welcome in. I know this. I've mentioned it a couple times. It's not me. I do not know who it is. But they have been doing that. They've been posting my stream announcements on Funny Junk since, like, 2023. They've been doing this back when I had, like, 100 viewers. There were people that were coming in that was like, found you on Funny Junk. They're doing more lifting than like any other, than almost any other volunteer on the stream. Besides like maybe like Akuma and like the active mods. And I don't even know who they are, man. My Discord's losing their mind over fucking John 1 guy. They should be trying to figure out who the fuck the guy who's been uploading my stream announcements on Funny Junk for the last 2 years is. Yeah, the fact there's 3 crazy things to be taken from this. 1 is that someone's uploading my shit on Funny Junk with no prompting. 2, that people still use Funny Junk. And 3, the people who use Funny Junk are coming into stream because of Funny Junk. That's like a crazy, like, set of things. It's not like a huge percentage, but there's been a couple people who have said, came in because I saw your stream announcement there. And that guy's getting, like, this Funny Junk karma number up, too, because they do, like, decent numbers, because they sound crazy, and people, like, being like, whoa, that's crazy. Which is funny. I haven't heard that phrase since 2011. It was one of the sites that Redditors used to get mad at because they were like, Funny Junk is stealing our memes, even though like every joke on Reddit is literally stolen memes. It's literally like repost from Twitter or some shit. If I break the knife while working on it, I think that counts as a break on the prediction, by the way. Just to clear that up, because I know that someone will get pissy if I don't. Please, my money! I'm not gonna break it. I'm gonna try not to break it, at least. That shit will crumble. You don't need to worry about it being a technicality. Shut the fuck up. Oh, hang on. Wait. You're the guy from YouTube. The meme. When will YouTube add whatever the equivalent of channel points are? Are you aware of Clover Pit? I bought it 2 days ago. Haven't played it yet. But yes, I am aware that it exists. Yes, it's a gambling simulator. They would never add something for fun. It has to make Google money. Yeah, well, more people use their services if the shit is fun, though. And then they make them more money. Have you played Deltarune? No, but I played Undertale back when it came out. It was good. I don't feel like the desire to play more things in the universe, I guess. Also, every time I see someone who's a Deltarune fan on Twitter, they're maybe the most annoying person on the planet. And it's just, you know, it's not like, I know not to judge an entire series or whatever by how people on social media who are into it act. But it does kind of make me go, like, do I really, like, am I really, as a 30-year-old man wanting to play this series that people are, like, having absolute bitch fits over, like, saying the character's name wrong in? Like, is that really where I'm at in my life? I don't think I am. You said the ones you've seen, both every single one in existence. My condolences, I'm a Homestuck enjoyer. Oh yeah, how are you liking that new VisiPop Homestuck show? Where all the characters say fuck every sentence? I've heard people complaining about it. But I also think that they love to hate VisiPop. I did see a game that's coming out next year that I want to play. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like, it's about like being like a maintenance guy and having to like get an entire factory back online. That seems like up my alley. Also something that would actually be channel relevant. Alright, the relay here works. Now, let's just make sure the knife functions. Alright. Moment of truth. Okay. Okay. I can feel it in the handle. Oh, that's weird. Well, it's definitely resonating. Okay, so we got something here. All right. Let's see if it actually functions. All right, now you can see this is not independent. It's connected to this over here. So, you know, there's some caveats, but like... It works, man. It works. What can I say? I can't hate on a... Like, it's properly oscillating it. Now, to really see if it works, let me go up and get a cutting board and some food to test it out here, because that's gonna be the real tell, right? Okay. Let's see. This cabbage I got for the prison cooking is actually going to be pretty good for this. Also, kudos to Tomato for getting that video out so fast. That shit was just last week. Alright, hang on. Let's try to get a lot of this shit out of the way real fast. Despicable, that cabbage. It's pretty sinister. I'm surprised how many believers there are here. Alright. You can hear it too, right? When I turn it on. I like that it's not just on all the time. It is only on when I flick it on. Alright, I pulled some old produce from the bottom of the produce drawer. I got these sweet peppers. You can see they're going a little wrinkly. Not quite got what they originally had. Alright, see? Doesn't really cut very easily. Let's see if when I turn on the vibroblade, it cuts easier. Kinda? I mean, here's it without. It cut. Wait, is it like. It's not as obvious as it should be, is the thing. And that's probably because we're like not resonant at all, and really the blade should be resonating with this, which would involve like tuning it and shit. And right now we're using a blade that's fucking friction fit plus hot glued onto the thing. But like, that feels like it cuts easier. Like, it cuts like a little bit easier. Here's it without. And then here's it with. Dude, I think it does. It helps it get through the skin a little better on this pepper. Ultrasonic placebo applies even to knives. It's placebo? Terrible infomercial? I think it's placebo. You know what? I love how the placebos line up perfectly with the salty purple prediction scores on here. The thing is, it's hard to gauge because I'm having to cut it. Alright, that made no difference whatsoever. Cutting this cabbage does not make any difference. It has to like... Oh, also, it's kind of come loose, so maybe that has something to do with it. A tomato would be a good test. I didn't have a tomato, that's why I used an old pepper. Because the skin of an old pepper is similar to a tomato, where it's like soft and it's gonna resist. There's no difference at all with the cabbage though, like for sure. We have this carrot here. Maybe there's some with this. Alright, that cut pretty easy without it. Yeah, I can't tell a difference. Because there's the other, like, I could say that there's a slight difference, but I think it's literally that it vibrates my hand a little bit when I activate it, and it just makes me not feel the resistance of the carrot as much. I think that's it. Ew, this pepper's moldy. Dude, that shit got fuzz on it. Alright, well, we can use this to test. Yossi keeps saying, try tomato. Where am I getting... I don't have one, man. I didn't have a tomato. And I realized before this stream, I was like, oh, shit, I should have gotten a tomato, because that's, like, the cutting test. But unfortunately, I just don't have one. But these peppers are, like, effectively the same kind of deal. You tell the difference if you paid $300? That, you're right. That... Like, I have to just saw it more with this. Okay, hang on. Let's do like a okay, hang on. A little more objective. Also, that thing gets warm, which is why I'm not running it very long. Push down. Like, it literally won't cut while pushing. Let's see if it... I mean, like... Alright, hang on. Hang on. Let's try to be as objective as we can. This is... The thing that makes this tricky is it's all mushy and gross. Because it's going bad. And it's got skin on the outside, and it wants to squish the skin. So here's... Okay, it eventually got through. Let's try it with the thing on, though. It's like the same. Push without. Push with. It's like, it's exactly the same on that. I can't tell any difference. It feels like there's slightly less resistance, but it really needs to be resonating, right? Cut on top of a scale to see the pressure? Oh, I see what you're saying. To see if it adds... Oh, wait, yeah, hang on, I see what you're saying. Alright, hang on a bit. Let me go get a scale. And then I'll have to cut the same thing in half, right? So it should be something that has, like, a very... Let me get a hot dog, actually. That'll be a good one. Alright, let's see, let's see how this goes. This is a nice, consistent medium. And then let's see, hopefully hopefully this is consistent enough. 200, 900, 300, 400, 600, and... Oh, wait, I cut all the way through it. Alright, wait, hang on, let's try that again. It's like 380. 380, cutting with, without the ultrasonic on. Now let's try it with the ultrasonic. Oh, wait, hang on. I didn't quite catch it. It's literally, like, barely less. It's, like, 320. It's... it's barely less. Okay, let's do it again. Unassisted. Unassisted, it looks like it's hitting, like, 380... 400, 380 to 400, and then... Oh, it's probably hitting more because the knife's getting grimier as well. Then without... Yeah, it's like 340, 320, 340. It's barely fucking less. It's not worth. It really needs to be able to resonate better with the knife. Also, it's getting fucking hot trying to do it because it doesn't have enough of a load on it. Win production line? Yeah, so on one hand, you get this big, unwieldy knife, and you only, with a big power supply, chained to it via this long-ass cable. But you do gain like a 15% reduction in the push strength necessary to cut through a hot dog. So, you know, I don't know. I'm thinking success, bros. I'm thinking success. Can you tune the frequency? No. I can't. I can't tune the frequency of the power supply. Now, I think the thing to do is if I had one where I could maybe like the thing to do with this is making a power supply where you can tune the frequency and then honing it in until it resonates. I am impressed. What is the discoloration of the blade by the handle? Sorry, I tried to braze the connector onto it before eventually giving up and hot gluing it. Do the salt test like in the video. Hang on, hobo with a stick. What is the salt test? I don't remember that one. I do remember them putting it on a scale, though. I'd forgotten until a chatter brought it up. It is, like, so slight that you can bear... Like, I only really feel like it's easier to cut things when I'm cutting the pepper through the skin. Because it's slightly easier to cut through the skin with it oscillating than when it's standing still. But man, does it not... Man, is it not a lot. And then it's only like, it's low 300 grams versus high 300 grams to cut through a hot dog. The salt will display the resonance... Oh, wait, I do remember that in the video. Damn, I should have just been referencing the video, man. I don't know what I'm doing here. Hang on, yeah. Where's that? Let me get my cheap iodized salt and see if it actually fucking works. The hot glue is likely fucking up the resonance. I know, it's dampening it. That's why I wanted a harder connection, but I didn't want my fucking knife blade to fall off. Placebo? I mean, I literally proved that it's taking slightly less force to cut through things. Because I also was wondering if it was placebo. But no, it looks like it's at least a little bit legitimate. It's just barely legitimate. It's barely functional. Yeah, hang on. Do I have something I can put on top of it? Ow. Yeah, okay, you think the salt's actually gonna fucking jiggle? You think we're gonna see a resonance pattern, or do you think it's gonna just suck ass? Alright, hang on. Yeah, is this gonna work or not? It's like barely shaking off the knife. It's just falling off. It's not doing anything. You can just tell when I turn it on and off by when the salt starts falling off the blade. Hang on, see? It's not moving. I mean, it is moving. Yeah, because it's vibrating. It's just not forming, like, cool patterns. Or whatever the hell. You can hear it, right? Why is it sticking to the blade as well? Do I have, like, sticky shit on my blade? It's getting hot because it's not under enough load, which means running this long enough, it would just burn out. Well, the thing about stuff not sticking to the knife as easy is right. It resonates better when it's on the damn cutting board. I mean, it, like, kinda works. I can tell you this, you can make this a lot cheaper. You can make this for less than $50 instead of $400. So, you know. I'm sorry, did you say what else could be ultrasonic? A Dremel bit? Add weight to the knife? Was this project a fail? No, it was a cute win. It literally works. It just doesn't work that impressively. But it literally does work. If it was full tang, it might have worked better. Maybe. I'll show you a full tang right here, Pants Grab. Think I'd rather save money and push down harder? It's like... It's like... Thank you for the Tobuscus reference. So we get our points. Oh yeah. It worked. Worked and didn't break. It's a double lose for the people that said it was gonna break. Ultrasonic deep fryer sounds good. I mean, an ultrasonic bath is already a water bath that gets hot and vibrates. If you tried to deep fry something, though, it would literally shake all the shit off of whatever you're trying to fry. Like... Is the fly back? Wait, where the fuck is he? I missed the betting. This is so sad. For what it's worth, the payout is not going to be very good. A lot more people thought it was going to work than thought it was going to break. If knife is tuned by increasing mass, wouldn't pushing harder make it work similarly? No, it's not just increasing mass. I don't... No. Okay, no. Because you're not increasing the mass, you're putting a force on it. You baited the fly with the food, guys. Hang on. Ah, shit. I was gonna say, dude, if we could fucking cleave the fly. It's so barely does anything. And I started... Hang on, actually, that's a little cool. I was gonna say, like, we've done all our testing we can, but honestly, hang on a second. Let this sit with, like, the bulk weight. Okay, it's kind of pushing into it. Right? Turn this on. It's like it moves it down through the thing slightly, so it's... it's putting some force on it. I don't know. I don't know if this is really worth it, but it definitely kind of works. It technically works, which is the best kind of works. Drill a hole in the blade and attach a bolt. Oh, for all the shit I've done to this blade, I'm gonna fucking drill a hole in it and split the thing in half, probably. Is the tip more sharp? He doesn't have a bread. Dude, I don't have, like, a hard loaf, which is what you would need to cut with a knife. I have, like, soft bread that it would just mush. It is cheaper than 400. I don't know, guys. I'm thinking this is a dub. Potato? What's that gonna tell you that this hasn't already? I cut through a carrot. It was like, it felt like the same. I already did the test on a scale. These are made for soft bread. I have sandwich bread. You want me to cut a slice of, like, sandwich bread? How much does this cost to build? It was like $45, but I paid the Amazon tax because I bought something that's normally on AliExpress from Amazon. Hang on, let me tell you what it is on AliExpress. That'll give you the true cheapest. I'll tell you what you could build it for. If you're like, man, I really want 15% increased push rate through stuff. Alright, hang on a second. Ultrasonic transducer. There's one on here, but it has... it's the same price, but it comes with 3 ultrasonic heads. It comes with 3 transducers instead of 1. No, where's one that just comes with 1? Okay, here. You can get the power supply for $18 on AliExpress. And then you can buy 1 transducer for $9. So you can get it for $27 instead of $45. $27 and then a knife. And this is the cheapest knife maybe ever. So then hang on. Kitchen knife. You can buy a kitchen knife for $3. I recommend doing that. What about an X-Acto knife on a Sonicare toothbrush? See, I kind of feel like that might work better. Walmart has like a $1 knife. My point is you can make this for like $35 instead of $50. To repeat myself, so call it $40. Anyway, if it's 10% as effective as the original, that's a huge win. It's 10% more effective than a plain knife. You could also just push the knife a little harder. $3 good for 1 slice, then doll. I can tell you what's gonna do you better than buying this thing is getting a $50 electric knife sharpener and sharpening your cheap-ass knife like every 2 days. Why'd you have to read his message like that? Because he started with, to repeat myself, which is like a naturally, like, I don't know, it just, it has an aura to it. I had to maintain the aura. Use the bottom of a cup to sharpen it. What the fuck does that do? Fair enough. I wasn't being mean. I just read it like a message that started with to repeat myself. Because starting it with that is like, it has the implication like, well, it appears you've ignored my previous message, so I'll say it again. Like, and it's like, yeah, I probably just didn't see it, dog. No, villain in the UO universe? Yeah, but you're like the cloud guy in the Venture Brothers kind of villain. You're like, oh. Okay. Alright, no, let's say that. Is it more effective than a $40 knife? I would implore you to buy a $40 knife before using this. Eat the pennies, quiz boy. If you use an electric sharpener on that crap knife every 2 days, there will be nothing left in a year. Yeah, but the knife costs $3. Like, okay. It's at that point, it's barely more than using like a few razor blades, man. Can the knife cut pennies? No fucking chance it can cut a penny. It barely cuts a bell pepper. It also fucking has give to it, which is not helping. It has give to it because it's not very well mounted into this cardboard body that I gave it. What's all the white stuff? Salt, because in the video of the guy who makes the real one, sorry, I mean the better one, he puts salt on the blade, and when he turns it on, you can see the resonance patterns in the knife. But because mine is very shittily resonant, aka it's not resonant at all, it just shakes the salt off. It doesn't form any, like, patterns. It just kind of slides off the side of the knife. Anyway, I think we've done enough here. Who do we want to raid tonight? Let's see. Let's see. Who's live? I keep trying to get a Karagi raid because I haven't done one in a while, but she's not live again. Who do we have here? Keener is live, but she's playing Rizless Zone Zero. So I'll let y'all pull on that one. If Billy Mays can cut a boat in... That's not Billy Mays. That's the flex tape guy. I can't remember his name. Oh, we can raid Taberta. Because I don't think I've raided Taub in a while. What's she doing? Is she eating something again? I keep getting her videos on YouTube, and they're all like eating markers, color tier list and shit. That's pretty relevant to the kind of stuff that I do, so I'd say that's a pretty good one. W fly. This fucking fly. Oh, motherfuckers. Land again, I dare ya. Land again, I fucking dare ya, man. Alright, well. Yeah, Tobbs is joining the Marines. She does have a crayon eating tier list. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to catch me tomorrow at 6 p.m. EST when I build the Testacuzzi. That's right, boys. It's time for we need a banger. It's time for another balls-based stream. I've seen articles like earlier this year about how the Testacuzzi, which is a jacuzzi for your balls, can work as a temporary contraceptive, which I think is full of shit, and I'm gonna prove it. I'm gonna prove it. The idea is that the heat causes the sperm to deactivate, but I think this is a lie, and part of the reason why is one of my main sources went offline, and I had to look at it with the Internet Archive. Anyway, I'll see y'all tomorrow for that one. Goodbye! Psych, motherfuckers, now it's just YouTube. Hey, YouTube chat. How's it going, bros? Oi. The UO's balls territory. So many, dude, the messages get stopped so much more on YouTube than they do on Twitch. I just gotta say. You guys get way more filtered than Twitch does. Which is kind of good, because that means it's keeping the mods from having to work as hard. Can't wait for the next stream. Thank you, Buttered Bread. Hello, everyone. The funny thing is, most YouTube guys they all leave the stream as soon as like the cum shot moment happens when I test the device at the end. They all immediately evacuate, so they don't even get to see the part where I get to talk at you guys. People keep asking, is he gonna jizz on stream? Not on stream, that'd be fucking disgusting. But look, just trust me, okay? I have methods to tell if it works or not. You're gonna have to take my word for it, okay? YouTube streams are nice so I can watch on my TV. I'm realizing that's what a lot of you guys do. Is like, oh, I can watch the stream on TV and then chat on my phone. Which, I totally get that. That's pretty nice, actually. He's got methods. I'm sure you've got methods. Trust my methods, okay? Anyway, that'll be tomorrow. It'll be 7 p.m. for you guys. We'll start it a little later. We'll start a little bit later on YouTube as always. But I will see you guys around. And hopefully this doesn't get me in trouble on YouTube lives. Anyway, I'll see you guys around. Goodbye. Goodbye. Love y'all. Love y'all. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow.